Here at Plexus, we've got something exciting planned.
We are starting a midweek online small group, mid to late summer.
It will be an online chat for like-minded people to meet together, talk about the Bible, pray together, share testimonies, support each other and just have a great time.
If anyone out there is interested in joining, wants any more information, then please do get in touch with us.
You can do this via emailing us at plexus@salvationarmy.org.uk. That's Plexus, Plexus, at salvationarmy.org.uk.
We'd love to hear from you. We'd love you to join us.
Welcome to the Thursday cross-reference episode of the Selah Time to Pause podcast from Plexus Salvation Army, an online church in the UK. On Monday, we concluded with Nathanael's amazing proclamation of faith when Jesus called him,
"Rabbi, you are the Son of God, the King of Israel."
Nathanael had only just met Jesus, yet something had spoken to his spirit to alert him to who this man was. He was the Son of God, even though he had seen no miracles, though they would come, and the King of Israel, even though he wore no crown, though in time one would be woven. Today we're going to think about the coronation of this King, the Lord, the mighty King of Kings, from John chapter 19.
When Pilate was finished with him, Jesus was taken away to be flogged with a lead-tipped whip. The soldiers wove together a crown out of thorns and put it on his head, and they put a purple robe on him. "Hail, King of the Jews," they mocked. "Good health, peace, long life to you, King of the Jews," as they slapped him across his face. Pilate went outside again and said to the people, "I'm going to bring him out to you now, but understand clearly that I find him not guilty of any crime." Then Jesus came out, wearing the crown of thorns and the purple robe. And Pilate said, "Behold, here he is."
I will stop and breathe in your presence. Just breathe. Just breathe.
At Pilate's orders, the Roman soldiers strip off the purple robes that Herod had earlier draped around him in sport and proceed to flog Jesus to within an inch of his life. Jesus' entire back is torn and mangled. He staggers in a pool of his own blood, and now the soldiers' games begin. A coronation of shame for this so-called king. Like a crucifixion, the crowning with thorns was a particularly Roman aspect of the Passion of Jesus. We tend to think of crowns being circlets of gold, but the Roman crown was actually a wreath. They'd borrowed that tradition of bestowing honour through lovely woven headpieces from the Greek athletic games. A wreath of oak leaves for the winner, a gilded wreath for ruler, and Julius Caesar wore a wreath of laurels, for the double message of both winner and ruler went well with his famous declaration of dominance, Veni Vidi Vici, or I came, I saw, I conquered. Crowns fashioned from plants were fairly common. What was unusual, though, was the choice of thorns. But for the soldier's purpose, the choice was perfect. As a mocking symbol of both winner and ruler, the thorn wreath played to the public joke, and the spines, pressed down until they were embedded in Jesus' scalp, fed the soldier's sick lust for inflicting pain. While the torture is going on, Pilate comes out to address the raucous crowd. He tells them for the second time that he has found no basis for prosecuting Jesus. And then the soldiers drag Jesus out onto the palace steps so that the Jews can behold their king. Could that be Jesus? One person whispers to another. Look, the hands that had healed them are bound. The head that bent over their children is pierced by spines. The face that was lifted up in thanks before feeding them by the thousands is streaked with blood. Yes, it's him. A purple mantle, matted darkly to his wounds, hangs off his shoulders and down his back. Ecce homo, Pilate shouts. Behold, here he is, here is the man. The tone of this famous statement is not clear. Is he joining the soldiers' mockery of Jesus, or is he mocking the Jews for their dream of independence? Is he actually trying to bring some balance to proceedings by countering the soldiers' sarcastic claim that Jesus is king? Or is he trying to arouse sympathy for Jesus? While Pilate's meaning may be unclear, his deepest wish is not. He still fervently desires to be done with this nasty no-win situation. I'd interpret his declaration like this: "No, not king. Here is the man. Just a man, can't you see?" Pointing to the bloody wreath. "They're simple Judean thorns." But the chief priests and temple leaders won't have it. They start to chant, "Crucify, crucify, crucify," and the mob picks up the rhythm, "Crucify, crucify," and so Pilate abruptly changes his approach. "Behold your king," he shouts, and signals to the soldiers to take Jesus away. The mob wins. Yet Jesus is conquering. Perhaps you remember that as a penalty for the fall, God cursed the earth with thorns. What had come freely and easily in the garden would from then on be wrested from the soil through pain and sweat. Now God's Son carries that curse on his head. Why? To recreate and redeem this cursed world. Sinful man who had brought the kingdom of thorns down on his own head was helpless to save himself. But praise be to God, the one who wore those thorns like a crown did conquer the curse. The writer of Hebrews tells us,
Jesus is now crowned with glory and honour because he suffered death, so that by the grace of God he might taste death for everyone.
Revelation tells us that when Jesus appears at the end of time, he'll be adorned with many crowns. I hope and pray some of those crowns will be yours and mine. What better way to honour our King than to offer him the crowns of righteousness that he has given us in place of the wreath of shame that we deserved? That single thorny wreath now surmounted by 1,000 radiant golden crowns, and those cries of "Crucify" swallowed up forever in the roar of our praise. That will be the true coronation, when all creation and the vast multitude of heaven will cry out, "Hallelujah! Salvation and glory and honour and power belong to our God. He came, he died, he rose, he conquered. Hallelujah! For the Lord our God, the Almighty reigns."
Hallelujah, salvation and glory.